One OK Rock, Dystopia. We have a music video. Now, we have music videos from One OK Rock often, but a lot of times they are live performances, super produced, so good. But this might be a little different, it looks like, unless they have a car on stage, which is very possible. Dystopia. Oh, kicking in strong. Got some drones. Got some Taka. Hold on a second. Oh, it says Dystopia and Euphoria. Oh, interesting. That's damn clever.
System. Painting all our yesterdays, the fears that keep us wide awake. We're looking for a reason. When did we become the heathens? My colors bleed, I'm turning blue. You say Godspeed, I follow you. We got no place to go and nothing to lose. Find you for in this
I will say this is very Ready Player One. If you haven't read the book, read the book. If you've seen the movie, read the book. The book is much better than the movie. I know. Find you for it's only I'm still holding tight. Find you for in this let our souls become the magnets. No running from the sadness. Find you for in this with this love and understanding. No running from the Yo, we got some shit to talk about. Whoa. Oh, I had a feeling something like that was coming. Those are DJI Inspire 2 drones. Very nice. Just want to see the beginning. Hold on. Okay. Now, I'm going to tell you how I interpret this. Knowing full well I could be 100% wrong. I get it, which is why I use the word interpret. I use this disclaimer very firmly because when we did the Stray Kids album analysis and theory crafting, also a very specific word I use, people got upset because my interpretation was potentially wrong, which I think is ridiculous. But to each their own. Here's what I think this video and the lyrics say, or better yet, are saying to me. Here's how I interpret this. We have dystopia, we have euphoria. The visuals of the video have the band, and then we get this constant stream of like glitching and digitalization. There's robots, there's moments of like, there's a shot specifically with what I'm assuming is either a husband and a wife or a father and a daughter. It's hard to say because one of them is a robot or partially robotic and the other is not, I think. So where I went with this is like in Ready Player One specifically, and if you're not familiar with that story, it doesn't matter because The Matrix is also very well paralleled with that. But if you look at where we are now and where in sci-fi culture we've always kind of leaned towards, we've always had this like hope of using technology to make our lives better, to make our lives easier. Now, in some ways, we have done that greatly. If you disagree with that statement, think again. Look at your life and tell me that technology has not made it much easier. Now, does it have its challenges? Does it have its difficulties? Of course it does. But do you have to churn butter yourself? Most of us, no. I mean, are some of us? Yes, I get it. But most likely your life is easier in a lot of ways because of technology, whether that's modern medicine, it's phones, communications, entertainment, whatever the case might be. With the recent increase in capability of artificial intelligence, AI, and virtual reality and augmented reality, we are in this very interesting point right now in history where things are about to get really interesting. Really interesting. This is one of those points right now, in my opinion, where you're going to have people on both sides of the fence. Some people want AI gone forever. Some embrace it wholeheartedly and say, hey, we'll do the best we can. Got to keep it on lockdown a little bit. Got to be smart about it, but it's a tool. We got to learn how to use it. Now, you know, you'll have your fence sitters, but the point is you're going to have people on both sides of the fence. I think as we progress with this, there's going to be a lot of people at some point who will be afforded the opportunity to have AI make their life better because we will be introduced things like the Oasis. Now, the Oasis is like the Matrix. The Oasis is just the Matrix in Ready Player One. But it's like this. Imagine you put on your VR headset. And instead of just being like you can look around and look wherever you want and you can press controllers and make yourself move, it makes you feel like you are living in another life. You can feel everything. You can taste food. You can feel a person's kiss. You can hear music. But then once you take off that headset, it completely goes away and you're back to real life. You're back to this. Okay. So people, because we use escapism very often, a lot of us, I think it will come to a point where it'll be consumable by the public and we will be able to use some form of a device that will control us in some way, very similar to a dream state. How many of you have had a dream where you woke up and you were like, I thought that was real. I thought that was real. I'm so glad that was a dream. Huh. And you really thought that was your life for what seemed like years you were in there. There's a lot of theories on that stuff too, but the point is though, if I remember correctly, back in 1997, Sony patented a device that would, and I'm going to paraphrase this, but you'll get the point. Patented the use of a device that would monitor and manipulate your neurotransmitters and synapses in your brain to allow you to appreciate and enjoy movies and games in a more direct manner. Think about that for a second. Now, a lot of us sitting here are going to be like, I don't know if I want people to have that ability. Do I want to watch Die Hard and actually be Bruce Willis? Maybe, but do I also want to open myself up to that? I don't know. But I do think that the general baby steps that the public goes through will get a lot of people on board. I think 100% that's coming. So, all that to say, where I think lyrically this song goes, and some of the visuals do seem to imply this for me, Euphoria, Dystopia. The more we as people can get lost in a virtual world, the more that real world will begin to suffer. If you watch a movie like The Matrix, the world outside of the simulation is dystopian. It's trash. The movie Surrogates, if you haven't seen that with, I think it's Bruce Willis and somebody else, I can't remember. Surrogates is very similar. It's actually, I'm not going to give you any spoilers, good movie, but same concept. Super interesting stuff. Super interesting. Yeah, and we're already kind of seeing some of it from like the Neuralink stuff and some of the AI stuff. Yeah, AI is not new per se, but some of the advancements that we've seen, it's beginning to kind of take shape a lot more than we've seen in the past. Now, Moore's Law generally has to do with like processor speeds and stuff, but the idea is that processor speeds and technology will kind of double its capability every, I don't know if it's a year or every 2 years or 5 years, but the point is though, technology expands and grows exponentially so fast. And we see that in the last 5, 10, 20 years. I think in the next 5 to 10 years, we're going to see some really, really interesting stuff. I think there's going to be some scary stuff. I do. But I think there's going to be some interesting stuff. I would like to think that, especially when it comes to modern medicine and things that we see with some of the diseases out there, that AI will have a much better chance numerically and statistically to find answers to things that we have not been able to figure out for ourselves. Yeah. Very interesting. Whew, man, where are we getting deep on Fireball Friday?